Good morning, fellows. Now that you've learned a little bit more about Match and Fit, I'm going to show you how to use the Match and Fit List Builder tool. So there's a couple ways you can access the tool. The first is through my backpack. So if you know how to log on to my backpack, you can go ahead and log on there, and you should see an icon that says Match and Fit List Builder. If you're having trouble doing that, you can also go to achieveatlanta.org, and under where it says for students, you'll find Match and Fit, which will take you to this page. On this page, there's a lot of information. So you can see there's an overview, list builder, frequently asked questions, troubleshooting. You can feel free to use any of this. However, what we're going to use for today is this link that will take us to use the Match and Fit list builder. So when I click on this, it opens up this window, which says Match and Fit list builder. And what I'm going to do from here is actually click here to start building my list. Now, this takes me to uh, the sign-in page for APS. And what you'll want to do is use your email address at student.apsk12.org. So this is my account. I'm going to go ahead and log in. And then once I do that, it's actually going to pull up the Match and Fit tool for me. For you all, there won't be a place that says start with what I entered last time, because this will be the first time that you're actually using the tool. So the only button you'll be able to select is start with data that APS has in its records for me. So you'll click on that. And what you should see is all of your academic data. So this is the data that really ties to Match, and that's going to help us identify what your likely target and reach schools are. So for you all, what you will likely see is a PSAT score, given you took the PSAT. You'll also see your GPA, which is pulled straight from your transcript, and this is your cumulative weighted GPA. If you took the ACT or SAT and the district already has those scores for you, you'll see those in here. If you took the SAT on March 9th, those scores likely won't be in here yet, but you can go ahead and go in and add them manually. So all that you have to do is actually click on the drop down, and you can select what score you got if you know that information from College Board. Now, you'll see there's a red X here. That means this section is incomplete. So what I'll want to do is go ahead and fill this out. So I'm filling this out for the student, Jordan Williams. And so the gender is filled out, but what I do need to add is the estimated yearly household income. Now, you may not know this information. We strongly recommend that you ask your family for this information, because having more accurate information about your household income is going to impact what the tool shares around what the estimated cost might be. So when we talk about financial fit, knowing this information is actually really important to get an accurate understanding of how much an institution might actually cost. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this out for this student. And then I can go ahead and click Start Building My List. All right, now that you've put in your academic information, you'll see that your GPA, SAT, or PSAT scores help us identify your target schools, your reach schools, and your likely schools. So I'm going to talk through a couple of the features on this list. The first is how the schools are sorted. So right now they're sorted by grad rate, which means the percentage of students who either earn a bachelor's degree in 8 years, if it's a bachelor's degree college, or an associate's or technical degree in 4 years for those programs. The reason we have it sorted by grad rate is grad rate can help you understand which schools have a stronger likelihood of helping you towards that college completion goal. The other thing you'll see here is estimated cost per year. So when I shared earlier that it's important to know your family's annual household income, this is part of the reason why, because it'll impact what the estimated cost per year is, because this incorporates what we know federal and institutional aid might be for somebody who's in your specific family income bracket. So that's how this is sorted as well. The other thing you'll see is all these filters over here, which allow you to sort for different fit criteria. So you can see, you can sort for what type of school, public or private, the degree type, bachelor's, associate's, or technical degree. You can also sort for school size, so what size population you want to see in the institutions you're looking for, the regions you're interested in, so whether you want to go to school in Metro Atlanta, Georgia, Southeast, USA. You can also sort by specific states if you're interested in a specific state. You can sort by major, which means you can use the information from zone 3 about the careers you're interested in to actually pick out what majors might you want to study in a post-secondary institution. You can also identify if you want to go to an HBCU or not. And then finally, you can filter for whether or not a school is test optional, which means that certain schools don't require you to submit an SAT, ACT, or Accuplacer. And so, if you want to identify some of those institutions, you can actually click here and say yes for test optional. Finally, you can see you can sort by match category, which it's right now you see it's target, reach, likely. There's also two other categories of very likely and far reach. If you're interested in seeing just one step above your reach schools or one step below your likely schools, um, especially if you're interested in maybe improving your GPA or SAT, you might actually click far reach to see what's maybe a little bit above your reach, but could be within your reach if you improve your GPA and SAT scores. From here, there's a couple ways to do deeper research. So, as I'm looking at these schools, let's say Piedmont College looks interesting to me. They have a pretty decent grad rate. The cost per year seems to be lower than some of the other schools here. So, I'm going to go ahead and click on Piedmont College. When I do that, this bubble pops up here, which is going to provide more information about Piedmont College. So, distance from Atlanta, student population, number of APS graduates who attended there, and then the percent of those APS graduates who actually stayed into their second year. So this information I find really helpful. I still actually want to learn even more about this school. So I know that one of my extracurricular interests, something I really want to do in my post-secondary institution, is get involved with the radio station. And so I actually want to see, does Piedmont College even have a radio station there that I could be involved with? So I click here to learn more. Now, this takes me to College Scorecard, which College Scorecard has a lot of really helpful information about costs, graduation retention, financial aid and debt, the salary after I complete a degree there, the different fields of study, what the student body looks like, and then also test scores and acceptance. I still am not seeing the information I was really hoping to find. So, what I'm going to do from College Scorecard is I'm actually going to click on the university's website and click continue to website. And here, I can actually search a college's website to see, do they have a radio station? And I can see that there's actually a mass communication student media department, and there is a student run radio station. So that definitely fits some of the interest I have for what I'm looking for in my post secondary institution.